Today I have the 2023 Mazda CX-5 Turbo Signature. Did you know that they've recently changed their catchphrase from Zoom Zoom to Feel Alive? What if I can't feel anything anymore? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Sparkplug TV. My name is Chris and I do car reviews for literally everybody, not just car enthusiasts. Thing do time. Time to do the thing. I have the thing I have to say to you now. So please don't forget to like this video, comment down below, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell icon so that you get notified whenever I drop a new video, which is at least twice a week now. Thank you for your continued support. I really appreciate it. Huge shout out to the Garage app for sponsoring today's video. If you're a car fanatic like me, then you'll also want to be able to share your passion with other gearheads. That's why I'm super excited to announce today's newest sponsor, the Garage app. You'll not only be able to showcase your own cars and motorcycles in your virtual garage, but you'll also be able to search for specific makes and models and chat with people who have them. Before you go to some event like Cars and Coffee, for example, you can also search up the guest list and see who's going to be there. Pretty smart. Think of it like show and tell, but for adults. Link in the description below. Sectioned smack dab in the middle between the CX-30 and the CX-50 is the oldest of the three compact crossover SUVs, the 2023 Mazda CX-5. And straight off the bat, I think it has more of a traditional Mazda vibe, whereas the other two kind of look like sporty, maybe even off-roadish a little bit. Mazda says that they like to give each of their cars its own personality, and out of the other two CUVs, this one's giving a bit more reserved, shy gal when you look at her, but looks can always be deceiving. I guess traditionalism wins this round because according to Mazda, as of Q4 in 2022, the CX-5 accounted for literally half of its sales. Half. It shows too, because the week that I've had this, I've seen nothing but other CX-5s on the road. Well, the CX-5 hasn't quite yet outpaced the inimitable RAV4 or the CR-V in terms of sales, but it's still in the top 10 most CUVs sold in the US, which is pretty impressive. So the CX-5 comes in 8 packages, this being the top tier 2.5 turbo signature at an MSRP of around $39,000. So what on the exterior makes the signature a signature? Well, I'm glad I asked. First, it has these 19-inch alloy wheels with a bright silver finish, almost as bright as the sun. Then, this body-colored bumper trim panel. Don't forget about this one. It's also body colored. And then of course you can't forget about the body colored fenders and rocker panels. Hello. Oh my gosh, you know what? My bad. I forgot about the signature badge in the back. Not a fan of badges. Honestly, this thing has too many badges. Signature features aside, the CX-5 has always brought a touch of panache to the mildly generic CUV segment, not only with its unique styling, but also its unique powertrain. Mazda. Speaking of, the 2.5 turbo part of the name badge is actually indicative of its Skyactiv turbocharged 2.5-liter 4-cylinder engine that produces a maximum horsepower of 256 and 320 pound-feet of torque. It's then tied to a 6-speed automatic transmission with an all-wheel drive drivetrain, including an off-road mode. However, I don't think it has the ground clearance for too much off-roading anyway. You know, I actually enjoy the tail lamp and the headlamps designs. Both are LED, but the headlamps are adaptive to your turning of the vehicle, and the tail lamps, well, they're just nice to look at. They don't unfortunately have the heartbeat turn signal reticle that the newer Mazdas have, which is unfortunate. But when you open the trunk to the CX-5, it does have about 29 cubic feet of cargo storage with the seats up, and then you can use these nifty little levers in here that will actually put down each individual seat, giving way to 59 cubic feet of space in total. I've taken it to at home to redecorate my patio. I've picked up a shop vac to get rid of my spider webs. I've continually asked my apartment complex to get rid of. Don't ask. I've even carted around dozens of egg cartons and selling them at below market value because inflation. Just kidding, I didn't actually do that. But seriously, the CX-5's cargo capacity has been pretty handy this past week. Good on ya. Let's go inside. So let's first go over what makes the interior a signature Mazda CX-5 interior. First and foremost, it comes with an active heads-up display. It shows the blind spot monitoring system, the miles per hour, as well as it shows the directions from the navigation system. It also comes with genuine layered wood trim. It also comes with a Katura brown Napa leather seating, auto-dimming frameless rear view mirror with HomeLink, a 360-degree camera, parking sensors, a rear smart brake support, traffic jam assist, and silver trim. The end. Well, there's also some ambient lighting and some like LED lighting, but I didn't think it was that important. But so speaking to the general aesthetic of the interior, I like how clean and simple but effective the interior on this Mazda is. I think that they've always been kind of very simplistic with their interior, and it's always been very ergonomic as well. But I think in general, it's got a very nice touch and feel to everything. And again, not to be redundant, but it's very nicely laid out. I mean, you know, even right down to this like cheaper plastic, it's actually not that cheap to touch, and everything else is just very nice. It does have a 10-speaker Bose sound system. It's actually a really great sound system. I've had a lot of fun listening to music with it. So it does have a 10.25-inch digital infotainment screen. It's not touchscreen. Let that sink in for a second. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it should be touchscreen. The one thing I will say about the controller down here is that it's A, ergonomic, and B, it actually does utilize the Apple CarPlay and Android Auto to the point that when you click the home button, it goes to the home screen on the Apple CarPlay. When you click the music button, it goes to whatever music you're listening to on your iPhone or your Android device, who has one of those. Or if you click the navigation button, it will actually go to whatever map that you're using on your phone. So I do at least appreciate that. However, I don't love how you use the controller itself, because it does take some time to get used to it, and I feel like even though I've been driving this for a week, I'm still not totally acclimated to using this controller. I do, however, like that the volume knob is down here. I do like that. I think that's an interesting touch. Putting all this stuff down here does leave a whole lot of space for nothing up here, and like I said, leads to the cleanliness that and the simplicity that is this interior. It does also come with a wireless charging pad and then a dual zone automatic climate control system it comes with, as well as a heated steering wheel. Now the heated steering wheel is actually only heated at 10 and 2. It's not heated anywhere else. So the gauge cluster is digital. It's got a 7-inch digital display that's centered in the center bezel. The center bezel basically just shows you the miles per hour or the kilometers per hour. It can also show you the iActive Sense safety driving, like with the adaptive cruise control and the blind spot monitoring, etc. It can also show you how many miles you have till empty. There's two ways that you can control it. You can click on the info button on the steering wheel that will then activate the center of the bezel, or you can click the MPH or the KMH button on the actual gauge cluster itself that will change the information on the left and the right hand side of the bezel. It's useful enough. It shows you enough information, I think, and it shows you differentiations of information. It does also change the way that it looks when you change into sport mode. It goes into like a red sporty spice kind of mode, and then when you change it into the off-road mode, it turns into this like brown gear. I don't know. Surprisingly, all of the CX-5s actually come with automatic high beams, headlamps, and rain-sense windshield wipers, which that's actually pretty nice for a standard vehicle. The seats are very comfortable. The seats are extremely comfortable. The Katura brown color, it's kind of a juxtaposition between brown and gray. In some lights it looks brown, in other lights it looks black, and then in this light right now actually it looks gray. So I think it really just depends on its mood, and it depends on the lighting outside. So some gripes that I do have with the interior though is with kind of the technology that they bring to the table. So like the navigation system, not the best, especially when it comes to like if you're just looking at the music on the infotainment screen, but you're using the heads-up display to show you where to go, it's not always the most clear. It does show you live traffic updates. It doesn't always show you the best route. So now let's move on to the iActive Sense safety technology that Mazda brings to the table. Now, I will dive into that a little bit more in depth when it comes to the driving portion, but from at least an interior perspective, I do think that the 360-degree camera is actually extremely useful and it's extremely clear. It's one of the clearest cameras I've seen in a long time. I've used the cross traffic alert quite a lot, especially because there is a pretty hefty blind spot on the driver's side, on the left-hand side. And you can adjust the way that when you start the car up, if it will show the front end's camera system or it'll show the back end's camera. So it's a pretty decent system. Other than that, I mean, there's really not much else to this cabin. This interior is like no bullshit. It gives you everything that you need and nothing that you don't. I've really enjoyed being in this cabin for the past week. I mean, it's a very comfortable, nice place to be. All right, well, that does it for this portion of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell icon so that you get notified whenever I drop a new video, which is at least twice a week now. And speaking of, I will be releasing the driving portion of this video in a couple of days, just to kind of break up some content and make these videos a little bit shorter. Thank you so much to the Garage app for sponsoring today's video, and I will see you guys on the flippity flip. Ugh. Anyways, bye! Hey Sparks, thanks for watching today's video. If you want more Sparkplug TV content, click right here. Right here. You got two options. Choose one, or both.